All
So
right.
I don't know how to do the countdown part.
All right. Well, then we'll do it on three. When I say three. 1, 2, 3.
Wiener!
Wiener.
Alright. Starting the timer nowish, and did you have music on before?
I did and do. I will stop it when I see these gentlemen's streams begin.
Rock on.
Pow.
So this is an exciting one. These guys are no joke, and they have put in a lot of time and effort into these builds.
Oh dear, yes. There's been a lot of research gone on to this thing. Big head mode, I always forget it's gonna happen.
So the crotch cam is entirely obscuring Violet.
That's her. She's just hiding behind the giant crotch of destiny.
Yeah. So
Sometimes.
he's got his scroll speed up a little higher than Cool, and I believe that is partially just to make himself look better than Cool.
Nah, that's definitely a byproduct of he's more comfortable with a faster scroll speed. Actually, that is for him not harder. That is actually easier for Pow on a faster scroll speed. So he is not showboating. He's actually doing what feels right. Wow!
And
Pow
Pow's through the first
1.
song much faster than Cool.
Poop. Alright, so that being said, let's take a closer look at Pow. I want to understand what's different here, because so many people have gone with the Groover-Sarah combination, and in this case, Groover's actually going to be, let's see, Groover's pumping out secondary beats. He's got the Gift Fresh Mountain Air build, but he's going to be pumping out Choke on Violet. He's going to be pumping out Clobber on Wade, and Refresh on Sarah, which is going to be giving everybody more turns. It's almost like a super haste, really. And we've been saying, actually, having haste would effectively give you more turns on your DPS, right? And so he's kind of taking that to the next level by spamming out refreshes.
So Pow and Cool are using Groover in the same way, with one exception.
Okay.
Well, actually two. Cool's Groover is level... No, they're both level 39. But Cool has the pumps on Groover, as we've seen. Everyone goes with the jar and the pumps and
Right.
the jar secondary.
Pow has the pumps on Wade.
Correct. Oh, did you write it down too?
No, I with my brain.
Alright, well, so that means that Pow's using his Groover to hold the bionic hand closed doors.
Ah, okay. With the, okay, I didn't notice that.
I'm not sure. I mean, who would you rather have wearing Wade or Groover?
It's a tough call. Groover's going to make everybody do more, but putting it on Wade is just going to up his DPS. I don't know. I don't know. That's a tough call. That's some adventure math right there.
They're both heavy hitting with... Cool has Ralph instead of Violet, but they both have Wade, and then both of their Wades and their other direct damage character are wearing the Master of Judgment, and that's very similar for both. But the main difference in these two builds is that Pow went with Sarah instead of Gwen, which Cool has Gwen,
Yeah.
and Pow's Sarah is 7 levels below Cool's Gwen.
That's going to make a really
Pow's
big
level
difference.
29.
The level manipulation is going to make a really big difference for Pow. It's going to give him a real strong advantage, which you can see is he's up a song right now.
Yeah.
Which is crazy go nuts. But the Gwen versus Sarah decision is interesting. I feel like I'm really trying to think about the pros and cons. If you take Sarah instead of Gwen, you take more damage, but you heal the damage back, but you get turns more often. I guess you give up Shine and you have Grin instead, and then it's a matter of, yeah, okay, I can see it.
Now I would say
Same
that Gwen,
damage mitigation.
Gwen and
Presuming you
Sarah-
don't die, it's the same damage mitigation, except that Sarah is also casting Refresh.
Yeah, I mean, I would think that replacing Gwen with Sarah would be because you were going to use Sarah to stun, but he's not. He doesn't have any stunning on Sarah.
Right. I gotta say, holy god, though, I was flying like a crazy maniac.
So he's.
Yeah, I'm
he
sold on the
mentioned.
Sarah. I love the Sarah. Okay, I get it.
Pal mentioned that he put the creepy mechano ring on Sarah, and that's because at her low level it doubles her magic. And that's what makes her a very effective healer for the party.
Yeah.
But I'm a little surprised because I think he didn't need healing at all when he brought Gwen, so I'm not. I guess he's going to
Well, but
alternate
see,
between
that's-
healing
so
and damage with Sarah.
Let's, like, I was trying to think about what's better, stun and shine, or grin, for keeping you alive. But the bottom line is, if you don't die, they're both equally good, right? It doesn't matter how alive you are, you just need to be alive. So really, like, if you write those off as equal, shine plus bash equaling grin and wipe those off. Sarah's doing everything she needs to do to keep him alive, but additionally refreshing over and over and over. And so when I think about it that way, yeah, Sarah.
Yeah, and also because she's the tackling dummy, kind of, or the non-tackling dummy, because she can't take any hits. She's the reason why one of the main reasons why the enemies will be weaker. So she can take. I don't know. He's not protecting against getting hit. So Sarah's gonna get hit whenever.
Yep. Yeah, it's cool.
It's kind of a risky build in a way, because if Sarah takes a hit from a boss, it's going to put him in jeopardy. He'll have to recover quickly.
Could do, yeah. The elementals, especially these guys. I gotta tell you, they're our new little mode I was playing today, doing some early play testing. Those guys are the scariest bit to me. They have some of the highest damage output in the game, the elementals.
Yeah, and in the later levels, they can actually stun you significantly too.
Yeah.
But not that guy.
Tatsujin-san, build's really coming together. For some reason, he can't get Groover's Gift working better than Phantom Time. I agree with you conditionally. I always have thought historically of Phantom Time as Groover's best, just ultimate move. And I think the longer the song is, the truer that is. So, if you're playing, a full-length song to the end, yeah, I would go Phantom Time, really. I think. Because the longer you have, the more time you have to put buffs up, and the more Phantom Time can elongate them, the more value you get. But Pow's build is going so ridiculously fast that I don't think there's value in elongating his buffs. I don't think they would run out to begin with, let alone need refreshed, need renewed. Come to think of it, I don't think Pow is casting Inspire. I think he's the first person in the entirety of the tournament that we've seen not rely on Inspire.
Well, this makes sense because he's got accuracy gear on Wade and Violet, and the enemies that they're fighting are lower level than they are both. So
right, he's
they're just killing
them in almost one hit almost every time. So who cares about Inspire, right?
Right.
And that's the trick. He's reduced the enemies to the point where he's one-shotting them, so nothing else matters. Who's gonna hit him if he's one-shotting everything?
Yeah, I am fascinated though to see Sarah take a punch eventually, and the enemies aren't getting hits out. They come out, and they don't have long enough to do anything.
What's up, Jimmy? What's going on? Dab. Sorry, nose issue. Alright, so let's take a closer look. Let's give Cool his due and take a closer look.
If you've got his audio turned up, I want to remind you that Cool Cool sings and makes weird noises while he plays.
Well, let's take a closer look at Mr. Cool. Mr. Cool's loading. What a jerk. What a butt. What a jerk butt. Booty butt jerk. No, there we go. So yeah, I want to take a look and see what Cool is doing different.
He's got really big heads.
Oh, his audio poop. Because he alt-tabbed to talk. He keeps tabbing into chat. So yeah, the Inspire there. I mean, we talked about this 100 times, and everybody in chat knows, like, Inspire is the baller shit, right? But not if you're one-shotting everything. You know what's better than Inspire? Level Manev.
Yeah, there may be a case to be made to do both, but probably you don't need Inspire, really.
I mean, it is the difference between Pow was sometimes getting 80% like health in one hit, 90% health in one hit, and that would push it over the edge, saving you a whole turn. Like, every time an enemy survives on Pow's build with, 10% health remaining, he's got to spend a whole turn to finish that off, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm expecting him to do Inspire on the spider, but he's skipping it here, too.
Mm-hmm. Take a look while the boss is in play.
Boss is down.
Whoa!
And back to Cool. So Cool's got his crit team attack ready. He's hanging on to it until the next song. That's another key difference, is that Pow went with the Buffetronic Prime and Cool went with the Critastrophe.
Oh yeah, that's right. You were playing Boss Rush mode. Yeah, for Boss Rush mode, strong case to be made for Phantom Time. I don't think that... Well, this build certainly would keep you alive on a score run. But yeah, on a build like no P-Breaks or, Boss Rush, this one's not necessarily the best approach. I think it would survive and work. It's just, there's a lot more open doors on that mode, I suppose.
Catastrophe team attack helped Cool get through that song in 48 seconds.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
You're pretty good at turning me on.
Would you like to play again? You have selected no.
Got to put back neutralizing. Oh well. Handle this.
Interesting. Cool just revealing that he had intended to bring Neutralize. I like it.
I wonder if it's
Cool's always been a fan of Neutralize. I think for this mode it's pointless, but I enjoy it very much in the normal game.
Yeah.
I like to tell Flavius what element he's going to be. Tries to change
Does
it
he
up
listen?
For a little while.
Yeah. Touching level manips are interesting too. Do we get level sliders now? No level sliders. In fact, the new expansion mode I'm working on right now will be impervious to level manipulation, with this tournament having been in mind.
I wish I actually had the time to test this out, because I wonder if like an inspired at T2 versus a neutralized at T3 is actually better.
Pal's at half health.
That's what.
Oh, interesting. Let's take a closer look over at Pal. I don't think he's in danger, but yeah, let's take a peek there.
No, just interesting. I think he'll bring it right back here.
Hand cam. Okay, so I used to have a webcam that I would run at my house when I was in high school, and it would run like 24/7. And the weirdest moment I had on it, it was like Twitch. It's pre-Twitch, but it was Twitch. I had like a 24/7 cam up, and this one guy comes into chat and was just like, "Show me your hands, show me your hands," and he kept just like, I was like, "What? Show me your hands." And finally, I like, "No, I will not, because you're gonna do something with it." And his response was, "Go to bed." And in retrospect, I think he meant like, go to your bed and do something sexy time. But I've always remembered it as like, show me your hands, go to bed. That's.
I'll point out that Cool is having an active role in the chat, in your chat.
I know!
I feel like that's probably a mistake of some kind. I can't prove it.
Does stun negate Flavius' ability to change his element? Yeah, indeed. So Flavius changing his element is an ability like any other. It's actually tied to his Inspire, so he'll kind of, ready, I'm gonna do it. He'll like, boop, 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 dance, and he'll Inspire, and that's when he changes his element to a new magical type. And so yeah, if you stun him and block his turn, or blonk it, then yeah, he will not be able to change his element. So you can neutralize it and keep him stun locked, or even he won't change it again until that Inspire wears off. So if you combine, well, I guess, but neutralize dispels, doesn't it?
Actually, and some of our fans have corrected me on that a few times. I go, no, there's no way to remove buffs from enemies.
No, there's two ways.
Neutralize will change the enemy's element to physical and remove buffs that they've placed on them.
The hand cams got jammy like Craigasm.
Where are you looking, Jimmy?
I'll tell you where I'm looking.
That was a gross one-hit kill on the Cyclops.
Boop! One day my young son's gonna look back on these streams and be like, "Dad, you really like wieners."
Well, let's hope that's how he finds out.
He's gonna find out when I'm running for president. When he's running for president, that'll be worse. Can I bring up, we've been commenting on how fast POW's going, but we're at 13 minutes and both guys are in deep into Region 2 right now.
Yeah,
this is the crazy
I think this is the fastest run so far. But we're a little rusty. I mean, our last match was over a week ago.
Has it really been that long?
It's been. I think it's been exactly a week, actually. But yeah, we had a long pause in the middle of between rounds 2 and 3, so that we could coordinate the best times for everyone. Now it's heating up again. We got another match on Saturday, and it's even earlier than it was before. It's 11 a.m. on Saturday. Finally, morning matches. The people have been clamoring for it. So
that's what the people want.
I see you guys all on Saturday. Let's get up early.
Let's all get up early on Saturday. We'll go out for breakfast. We'll come back and we'll watch some wieners.
And then, of course, after the winner of tonight's match is determined and the winner of Saturday's match is determined, we'll know who's going to be our final two competitors, gladiators, to go face to face, head to head, wiener to wiener. Probably sometime next week.
Some real wiener to wiener action. Hog snuffling only on Twitch. Inspector, you get up early every day? Why would you do that? That sounds terrible. Why do you get up early every day? Do you not like being happy? I want nothing more than for you to be happy.
One thing that makes Inspector happy is this game. He's actually told me on several occasions that he really, really loves the game. More than everyone else loves it.
Alright.
He's made that very clear.
I try to never be up before like 9, but in practice it's more like 8.
I think you get up whenever Harper wants you to.
That's what it is now, yeah. My life, it is a changed. You have a sick ferret that needs meds early in the morning. What's wrong with your ferret? That's not like another Wiener reference, right? It's a real ferret. I know it is. I've seen your ferret.
Also, dude, let's not forget marmots within state lines.
Nice job.
Probably tasty.
Where are we going with this one?
The Kowalski quote.
By the way, so I'm gonna throw it out again right now. Actually, while I got to your peeps' undivided attentions, but if anybody in chat right now does not have access to our Discord, please ask Dave or myself if you're interested for access to it. There is a new upcoming mode for Metronomicon, a totally new standalone mode through which you can unlock new things. We'll say it for the moment. And I very much would love if you guys would help playtest it. I can think of no one better. So whether you're really good, whether you don't think you're very good, I need feedback from both camps. If you're interested, definitely hop on Discord if you haven't yet. There's a channel on there called, I think, New Stuff Playtesting. And come Monday, I'm going to have a build up and shoot some stuff out on a private branch for anybody who wants that. You may have noticed a patch this week. Mwah. It is in part preparatory for that, but also some stuff that forum requested. He has insulinoma. Is that like diaper beetles? Sweet bloods? Davo, you're not allowed to. Anyone but you, Indie Davo. Everyone but Davo. Everyone shun the Davo.
Are we shunning Davo?
Because he wants to play the test build, and he already knows what it is.
17 minutes in, and we are in Region 3.
It's the opposite of the Beatus, so... Yeah... He makes too much insulin?
Yes,
and so his blood sugar plummets because... Got it. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so his blood sugars plummet because of too much insulin. That's a little scary. That's really scary. I have the diaper beetles, and I have to take insulin, and it sucks when your blood is low. It feels like the whole world just explodes. But it feels kind of good, too. I got it this year. That was my Thanksgiving gift, I think, actually. Was it? I don't know. 6 months ago. I guess not.
Thanksgiving was 1 year ago in a week. It's almost Thanksgiving again.
Time keeps on spinning. Stab it. I want to look
So
at cool.
Power for Damage is hanging on to his Buffatronic Prime. He hasn't been using it, just sitting on it.
Nope.
Is he saving it for boss?
Where'd he go? Oh, you're back. Welcome, welcome, welcome. That gesture with me muting myself and then burping, just so you all know. You didn't have to hear it, but now you know. I didn't want to keep any secrets from you. I love you guys too much for that.
Good job.
Yeah, every time an enemy dodges that little sliver, it makes me wonder, like, what could we have done?
I missed the use of Buffatronic Prime. I imagine it was unceremonious.
you give him a steroid for the rest of his life. Sorry, man. That sucks. I'm gonna stop making light of it. That sucks. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna turn up cool. You know, I love me and Mega Ran. Dave, will you sing with me?
No, I will not.
I'm listening anyway. Communication. If you don't sing, everyone's gonna make fun of you.
That's fine.
It's like those games we played as lads, and individual whispers in your ear and your past. The secret and by the time the game concludes, everyone involved is utterly confused. I mistook your friendly glances as intimations. You were giving me chances, and it was my lucky day. You gave me plain, I knew what to say.
It's not over
That's
yet.
such a rarity that it's scaring me. You sat near to me and started talking, and I envisioned us walking down the aisle, but to me the street stalking. I did my best.
Yeah, there's a certain
I did my
pattern
best.
I need to. There's a certain pattern I want to execute it in, but
I'm pregnant.
You want a music
I'm
video?
forgetting.
No. Somebody, yeah, Metronomicon AMV.
Forgetting.
Do it. Metronomicon
I want to
AMV. I'm a
execute it.
fan.
Swiftmo has cobbled together a virtual music video out of GIFs of you on the internet. There's now like
I love it
20
so
and 30.
much. I love it so very much. I do. I didn't realize I was as vain as I was until Swiftmo made me aware.
I could have told you that.
no, right? I want to keep an eye on PAL for a second. Really watch how often the refresh procs, and what kind of value he's making of it. Wow, it procs often too. So like you can already see he went Black Mage to Warrior back to Black Mage.
So it's proccing often because of gift and haste, right?
Haste, I don't think he has, does he? But no, a haste wouldn't affect a secondary. Did Dave
Or
just say
focus,
he's
sorry. Gift and
pregnant?
focus. Gift and focus.
Focus wouldn't matter for the secondary either, actually. It affects only primaries. The guy's dead. Killed him. Killed him. A damn near wrecked him. Wrecked him. A damn near butt stuffed. Basilisk, I'm gonna miss you. I don't think you have long left in this world. I think the era of your reign is now over. Dave, did you say you're pregnant, just to be clear?
Yeah, it was your sync.
Can I be the daddy?
I mean, I don't want to like resurrect that joke because it's kind of a throwaway joke. But you would have been the dad if I got pregnant from your singing.
I should stop singing with my penis.
I only just realized my health is getting a bit low. Okay, that I may have to.
Power for damage is at the halfway
Getting a
point.
bit low, that
isn't
means
it?
I have to.
We might be
use-
looking at our first
Oh,
real-time
when?
sub 50.
That's not true. We had, who was it?
Real
Inspector
time
was
sub 50?
sub 50, and I think he didn't win. Atron and Inspector were both sub 50. They were like 38 minutes or something. Also, who did Monstoller beat last week? Because they were under like 45.
Yeah, that was crazy fast too.
Was that Laser Rico? It was, right?
Monster beat Lizzie Rachel last week. Basilisk is back. Phew! I thought they killed him. They just hurt him. They just scared him off. Oh, no! They did it again. People are monsters. Fiends.
The party.
It only rolls a bit of health, so.
Oh, we're at methods. No, not methods. That's the next boss.
Master.
Yep. What? Eat some water. Gone. Oh my god. Oh, that was so close to skipping a full phase. Did you see that?
Your game looks easy.
Your game looks dumb.
You made an easy game.
Oh my god. Holy poo. It's funny. So I will say that level manipulation was not what I had. I was fully aware it would be possible and would happen when we made this mode. I was
You said
aware
as
of it.
much. You said people were gonna do it.
Yeah,
like
I
it
said
was
it would
never.
happen.
It was never out of
But
the
at the
realm
same
of
time, I wanted
possibility
to be
it would
inclusive on the cheat code to allow it, no matter how far through the game you can play it. And so it was kind of the, conscious decision. But holy poo, seeing this happen is just crazy.
I personally think it's a good thing. I was wondering like what the builds would even look like in the finals, and we both knew that we had no idea what people were actually gonna come up with, and they've really impressed us with their creativity and like I don't know these four-dimensional builds of like taking into account what level every individual character is. It's kind of brilliant.
It's the hypercube of Metronomicon. Except I don't think anybody is eating each other like over and over, subsiding solely on the meat of their opponent. But then again, I don't know what happens in Wiener Heaven.
Your dog knows.
Really switches up the meta for about one more week, and then it'll get changed once it gets patched. Actually, a really casual balance patch I was thinking about making. Give me feedback. I was thinking, Dave, you too. Really simple. So not all of the team attacks take the same amount of time to charge. The defensive team attack takes a little bit less time than the rest of them to charge. And I was thinking maybe of making Buffatronic Prime on that shorter clock.
Yeah, I actually used to think it was. I'm not sure why it is on a long clock as opposed to the clock that defensive flare is on.
Yeah. I was thinking I might just casually tweak that.
Yeah, I wouldn't make tweaks like that during this tournament though.
No.
Because for the most part, we want everybody to have an equal chance. But I guess both competitors will have the same chance. If you do things.
Yeah, but I'd be worried about somebody not knowing yet.
Yeah.
Might be
But we are
okay.
no longer.
Yeah, I can see that.
We're no longer the experts on what the perfect build is. We're following the lead from all the competitors now. They know better
we're
than we do.
simply the journalists. We're simply
Yeah.
logging it.
There we go.
Baby Cannon, silly cool, dance faster.
So after Baby Cannon graced us with his or her presence last week, I had time to think about it, and I get what that name is. I get what it means now.
It fires cannons out of a baby.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that it?
No, it's actually once you see it, it's pretty straightforward.
Am I like not reading it right? What do you mean?
If you honestly don't know what a Baby Cannon is, just like think about it a little bit, and now it makes sense.
Is it a Wiener?
Here we go.
Or is it the other side of the equation?
I think it is. I think it's the cannon that causes babies.
Oh, so it's a Wiener. I thought it was the cannon that shoots babies is the Beginer.
You know what? You just cracked the whole case wide open again. I was
Could
sure
be either one.
that I
There's
knew
one
what a
shoot-
baby cannon was, and then you made a really good point in the opposite regard.
Yeah.
I think I didn't. I think I might have been incorrect about who wields the baby cannon.
You and your patriarchy, you think you've got the strongest weaponry, but you're
Well, I was just trying to
you're
reverse
just-
engineer a
you're
clever
the
name.
stick that goes into the musket. Like, you're not the musket itself, you're not the weapon, you just load it with the black powder.
Just trying to get into the mind of the genius who came up with that name. Trying to put myself in his or her shoes.
I don't think you're a mother, Baby Cannon, but I do think you're one bad mother.
Shut your mouth.
Nailed it.
I'm just talking about baby King.
Just talking about Baby Cannon. We're far, far off, but it's been a while since somebody made you laugh with a guess.
That's... Oh my god.
Woof.
Well,
Dragon
I
down.
think
Candy
faster
Dragon
if I
down.
hadn't dropped that attack. Oh my god. Let's quickly see where Pow is.
We haven't actually talked very much about
So that's like,
how
I have no idea
much of a
how
lead
long
Pal
it
has
was
been
for.
gaining, but he's steadily...
He's at, I would say, 5 songs right now.
Is it even that many? I didn't think it was that many.
It's
I know that
5,
he's a few songs
maybe
ahead.
7.
7?
It's between 6 and 7.
Yeah.
Wow, okay. That's even greater than I thought it was.
Way to go! Way to go! I'm sad that I didn't do any voices. Can we have me do just one? Can I do the voice of Squidsworth in the background, the server, the Squid-Face server?
This is the strongest possible no.
Can I just, every so often, he'll raise his glass and say, "Hello everybody, I am Squidworth, and I am well voiced by Danny."
Oh my god.
Yeah, all
Everyone has
my
a kill
documentation
before
indicates that we're finished with all the voice work.
Wait, what's the name? Oh yeah, zombie chase. Zombie chase.
He's DJ. He's 5, maybe 20 songs ahead.
Yeah, I know, like,
Oh.
our estimates suddenly grew very, very large.
Thanks.
He's somewhere between it's
He's somewhere between 700 to 400 songs ahead of him.
is 4 a lot.
You guys are the best.
Just
Well,
generally
Pal is
speaking.
starting on Pub Step, which is the 8th song. And Cool's on the 2nd song,
Yeah,
so it's
he's
the
on
song.
yeah, musical chairs. Cool. Even I know 20 is an exaggeration.
It's just not right, Cool is being in our chat while he's competing.
But every time he's in loading, he pops over.
But he knows the results. You can't, I don't know, it's a feedback loop.
I'm typing in
Speed
his
up,
chat
Cool.
now.
Go faster. You're behind.
Don't talk about his behind like he's not here.
Speed up, you're behind.
Speed up your behind. Thematically, this is an odd song for a boat. I want to say it. But no, it's cool because they're incoming for war. It's like a very scary sort of shot.
Yeah, it's really not. I don't find it to be thematically difficult.
I'm really watching for that refresh. When's it gonna come? There's the refresh.
You guys are the
You go
best.
straight back to Violet. Violet's in recovery, and she refreshed.
There goes
Back to
another
Violet.
refresh, yeah.
Yep.
It's fairly often.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna say, yeah, Sarah over Gwen. I agree wholeheartedly. Seeing it in action, Sarah over Gwen for this build, for this purpose.
Yeah, I mean, I see him take a few
Benjamin
punches.
Briggs methods. Let's take a closer look.
He takes a few punches
Bunch.
with Sarah, but it's not enough. It's not really enough because the enemies are. I don't know.
Oh, he does
Still,
take
you
a
could get
few
unlucky.
punches, sure, but the
if,
goal is just to live, right?
if Sarah takes 4 hits in a row from a boss, it might wipe out the party. But she can heal. She can heal in between.
Well, don't forget though that the enemy's levels are also depressed by virtue of her being lower.
Right.
They're
They're
higher
higher
than
than-
her, significantly.
Right. Like 5 levels above her, so they'll hit her really hard.
I didn't know there was a voice actor strike right now. Is there really a voice actor strike right now?
I mean, voice actors are not all unionized. I'll just say that. Like, it's
Sure.
it's very hard to convince somebody who is a professional voice actor who works tirelessly on dozens of contracts every month to go on a strike because their union is if they're not even in a union. But good luck with that.
Dave,
I,
are you
I
secretly
hope they get what they want.
Are you secretly
Sorry?
a voice actor onion? Don't lie.
No, I'm just aware of how deeply competitive that field is. But I hope they get what they want if they're on a strike.
Denny is in the voice credits for all games? No, I'm not in the voice credits for this one. I don't think I've ever credited me as a voice, actually. Even on
Yeah, you
Puuba,
asked
where I
not to
did
be.
some. Well,
You might
it
be
feels
on
so douchey to be
IMDb.
credited. Like, whenever you see a movie, it's like written and directed and enjoyed and pooped on and also sometimes organized the potty breaks by Joe Montecore.
I don't know. I wouldn't have minded, I guess, being in the credits for this, but the voices I did were like not. I didn't see them as being like pivotal.
Yeah, it just makes me feel silly to be like a chain of 10 credits. So I just pick like the top 3 things.
Yeah.
But if anybody knows Dark Lord Big and Bad, let's say I'm the voice of Feral Big and Bad, but there's not much voice for non-Feral Big and Bad, is there?
That's me, actually.
Is he?
Uncredited. Yeah. Me going. For like 20 minutes.
I think song 1 or 2.
But then I pitched it down, so it's not really recognizable.
So,
That's why we had to go with it.
Hua, 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 hua. You gotta get your tongue out when you do it. It's gotta be like this gross. Got smoker in one or something. Hierarchy voice actors here in the guild. There's a union open for VG voice actors to striking against. Oh, I guess I've been reading about that a little bit. I've been reading about, well, video game voice actors are often not told what game they're working on, so that they don't have a meaningful way to negotiate pay. And so it's tied to that, I assume. I've been reading a fair bit about that lately.
oh crap.
We told our actors what game we were on. We're like, please talk about it.
Yeah, you're doing the Metronomicon. I don't know what that is.
Oh, okay, there we go.
But we hired them super early, so like no one in the world had ever heard of it
Yeah.
in any channel ever at that point. Let's blow them up. You know, I'm also the voice of the bear and about 15 other enemies.
What's Bear's
For the
name?
record. What?
This is a trick question. What's Bear's name?
There's like
Yeah.
1,000 bears. It's not. But the bear, when the bear does that attack, that when he does his roar, that causes that stuns you. That is me and my window, my creaky window. If anyone was curious.
I am. I lied.
Let's try that again.
But I want to get that extra rumble, so I recorded
Okay,
my
guys, see,
window.
If I can get my
being
execution
shut,
on point,
which is really
I can
creaky
actually
when I
copy
pitch
songs
it.
as fast as this. But yeah,
Cool concern about his
But my
execution. I
execution
feel
today has
like.
been-
Has he missed a note to speak of?
Whatever he's doing, it's not as fast as what Pal's doing.
Since we are closing in rapidly on the finals, I'm going to do a quick little refresh on these guys one stream at a time, which I didn't even have to tell you about. You would never have known, actually, and that would have been a smoother way to do things. I realize now for the future that whenever I do a sync refresh, I can just do it while looking at the other screen. I'm dumb. What do you want from me? So let's take a look at Israel by Christopher Hogue. I like the song a lot. God, I say that a lot. I catch myself saying that. I think, what a stupid, boring thing to say, because I say it so much, but it's true.
Why don't you write it down like on a little sandwich board and say you've said that already?
I'm going to print it on the back of my shirt so I can just do it, and you'll know what I mean.
Extra crispy.
Don't get too attached to Israel by Chris Hogue.
Because it's over soon.
Yeah.
And it's done.
So I think it's very safe to say at this late stage of this match here that Pow for damage is the odds-on winner.
Yeah, unless
I
something
don't
goes
see Cole
dreadfully
catching up.
wrong. Unless something goes really dreadfully wrong, I think Pow's got this more or less wrapped up.
But since Cool is watching and listening to us, maybe that's just what he needed to hear to kick him into high gear.
Hi, kick it
Pull
into
out his secret
overdrive.
Secret strategy. Engage.
Kicking it into overdrive. Dave, would you
Yeah.
mind kicking it into overdrive?
So
Could you get an overdrive for me?
I did, so it's now an overdrive.
Cool tends. Yeah, you're right. Cool's does tend to be disparaging of zone skills. Cool is a master of the trade, and yet I think he's keeping it a secret. I think he's trying to keep it a secret so that other people don't know.
Screwed up the
If
inspired.
they know how good he is, they'll know to copy him.
If you take both of his performances in the 2 wiener tournaments and put them together, he's the greatest wiener competitor that we've ever had.
No man should have that kind of power.
Right. But just in this tournament, he's falling short here in the semifinal match.
He's struggling a little
Here
bit.
we go.
But like the thing is, again, like he's struggling. No, he's not. He's not struggling at all.
Yeah, I'm just saying falling short in the terms of directly related
He
to
is
his
currently
competitor who's ahead.
trailing.
Yeah.
Cool is rocking that 100 booty combo. We almost have a 1 region gap. We're looking at methods. We're looking at the Barco bot right now on Cool, and I think Pow is 1 song away from Cascade. Is that right? Or is he 3 songs away?
How to read that minefield?
He's 2 songs away.
The Barco bot is up and down, so I do not know. He's 2 songs away. Maybe.
I mean, this is it's dropship.
Yep.
No, it's not. It's heavy artillery. I always do
I'm
that.
just gonna say yep every
I always-
time. That way,
I
at least
always
we're all
do that.
together.
Yeah, Cascade is next.
Yeah, that's almost a 1 region gap.
Right.
We're at a 9 song gap right now. I'm playing along. This is... Dave's seen me do this for like hours at a time. When I'm choreographing, I do this in the air.
Nice job.
So, let me ask you, Dave. Where do we go from here? How do we take this build and make it faster?
Pal. Alright, Pal just typed done in the Discord. I think that's how we make it faster. You are the winner.
What the shit?
I knew that build could go on under 30 minutes. I just didn't ever report one.
Ew. 28 minutes. What the
That's gross.
oh my
Holy
God.
shit. Sub 30? You are a monster. You're more monster than man. So, to Tatsujin's point, how do you get it sub 10? That's what I want to know. Where do we go from here?
Sub 10, we're working on it.
Yeah. Okay, so actually, God, I'm thinking that. So I've alluded to some power-ups that are possible in the mode I'm working on, and those power-ups, once you get them, they extend to all modes, here included.
Impressive.
I don't want to ruin anything, but not sub 10, but there might be a way to. Shit. Yeah, there's some stuff that might speed up a little bit in those unlockable
Oh
new
my
stuff.
god, 28 minutes!
Cool just saw it. Cool just saw it.
Nice.
What
That's
song
quite
is he
nice.
on?
Uh,
I mean, surely he's in Region 5.
He's on the
Yeah.
secret.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm always all about lyrics, so like, when you ask me what song it is, I'm like, sing it out loud to my head. Do they say the lyrics? Do they say the title? So, pal, I gotta say, it looks like you're the odds-on favorite right now. How's it feel? Do you like being in the lead, or do you like having someone to chase?
Well, like, the way it just ended up, my match for each round always ended up being before Atherin, and he and I were the ones that seemed to have the biggest secrets, so by doing this first, both him and Monster could run this if they have the time to set it up.
Sure.
And so now, if they want to do something faster than this, somebody's got to reveal it before then. If not, if this turns out to be the fastest build, I'm very confident in my ability to play it well. But this may not be the fastest build. I have no idea. I didn't even play it optimally, and there is with the way this works. So like Violet tier 1 can kill any enemy except for the same element fire because the tier 1's fire, but sometimes it doesn't because and you can confirm this for me. I mean, there is a randomness to the amount of damage that's
there's
dealt.
a 15% variation. Yeah.
So like the variance makes it so that there isn't always. So sometimes I open up with tier 2, which almost guarantees it, but there are like a few times where tier 2 would leave like just a sliver of health, like on some enemies, which you know, like but a tier 2 is 10 beats and 2 tier 1s is 12 beats. So like you'd much rather kill one enemy with 10 beats over 12 beats.
For sure.
So like that's why I started. But then when it doesn't do it in 12 and you got to do 16 more, 16 beats for one enemy is pretty bad. So the variance can make a difference. But there may be ways to mitigate that with items and level, like even more level manipulation. But this, I think you might be able to have Sarah level 28 maybe, but like Groover has to be 39 for Gift and Fresh Mountain Air.
Right, yeah.
And Sarah is the only one that you can get as low as possible, and as you saw on Atherin's thing, he had her 28, and the lowest I could get her doing this was 29, and I don't think much lower than 28 is possible based on how you have to level them up.
I don't see a way to do it. I don't want to talk about methods yet. Not yet.
No, I'll be fair, because there's a match coming up, I'm not going to say anything either.
Right.
We'll talk about all the things that people didn't quite figure out during the final match, maybe.
Is there a thing? Is there something?
If we even know.
Oh man,
Right, definitely talk about methods then.
I almost want to like add a piece of gear now that levels you down. Like that's all the piece of gear does. Like -2 levels. Like and people will look at it and be like, why would I ever use this? But
well, it's because you choose to do it based on average level, which I understand like why that makes sense. But
we were talking about that actually while you were running just now. It's like while we were building, I said like day one of starting to build the mode, like it will be exploitable. But on the flip side, because it is a cheat code and like, you know, it's kind of a for fun mode, I wanted people to be able to play it at any point and not have to beat the game first.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of like full well knowing like people will be able to level manipulate this, but as regards games should be fun, like let's just let people start from the beginning. You know, play whenever they want.
Yeah. You can always add other modes later that, you know, force the characters to be level 50, like a level 50 specific thing or something.
Yeah. So actually, the new mode that I'm working on right now, it starts on, that's already more information. The enemies are of a known level.
Okay.
Yeah. It's fun. It's a stressful mode. And you should play test it on Monday. Or starting on Monday.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely down to try whatever you got out.
Sure.
Okay, yeah, there's no way I'm gonna beat my PB at this rate.
Cool has 3 songs to go, I
But
think.
it's okay.
Yeah, this run actually felt pretty good. No, because you don't report it, like when this tournament I haven't been reporting the scores. I've been doing runs where like I'm keeping track on like a timer on my phone for each song. Yeah, and it's like, you know, it's not completely accurate, and you know, you're kind of distracting yourself, like worrying about starting and stopping a timer in between.
Right. So
each
how
song
does this run compare in your mind?
This is the fastest
I
we've
felt
ever
like
seen.
I felt like this was a pretty good run. Like just looking up at the progress bar, like there's a few trouble songs. This build, because of Groover and relying on secondary beats. Obviously, the faster BPM songs will get done in a. Well, I guess it's scaled to the amount of enemies.
Yeah.
Like I don't know the magical like math ratios of where
the
it
way
makes
it
a
basically
difference.
works is like every enemy, there's like a par speed for beating an enemy of like X beats. And then we look at how many beats are in a song, and we like allocate as many enemies as needed to like fit that number of beats. And then if it doesn't round off nicely, we take that extra or lack of tiny bit of extra HP that should be, and like reduce everyone or increase everyone's HP so it's perfectly like a par set. So like basically the amount of HP you need to deal is like the progress bar is like there's 100 beats, you need to do 2 damage per beat, so there's 200 HP in that progress meter.
Okay, so like a per enemy basis can have the, like you said, different HP. which creates a variance as well.
Yeah, they'll range from something like, I guess it would be like just shy of 50% more than normal to just shy of 50% less than normal, based on kind of how the math truncates.
Okay. Yeah, because the importance of this build are the secondary beats and the secondary abilities of Wade and Violet, because when you think about it, they're attacks that trigger automatically.
Yeah.
And they're at the level 50 strength. And Groover, who's level 39, is just helping fuel that. He's almost like a pseudo level 50 if you just think of him as triggering those other passives.
Right. No, that's what's so brilliant about the build is like his level not only doesn't matter, but he inherits his allies' level with his strategy.
Yeah, and like obviously if you could one shot with every attack, that'd be great, but I don't think that's possible to do it with, every attack you ever do.
Right.
And then the funny thing, the way math works, is the next best thing is 50%, because you can't to go to one attack is two attacks.
Right.
So really the damage just has to fall between 50 and 100% consistently, and Wade can do that with his attack and his clobber. And then Violet's secondary does as well, and then her primary mostly one-shots stuff, except for fire. So that's why I was pretty convinced this build would be the fastest, but maybe not. I'd love to be surprised and find out that it isn't.
I think the Groover thing is too clever to not be right. I'm racking my brain for other optimizations. Cool's done.
I failed to start.
I think Cool back. Danny, turn his audio down if you would.
Do that kind of BS.
Welcome back, Cool.
Yeah.
What up, Cool? Congrats on the run.
Very good time. That's
Yeah, 45 off my PB, but Bell's also done with the same setup, so yeah. That 28 is gonna be very hard to beat. I wonder what Ethan has in mind.
Holy poop! I mean, and your time is killer. Oh, actually, I get to see your old time and your new time on screen at the same time. 36:11.
Yeah.
Okay, just about 30 seconds off your PB.
Yeah,
Nice.
I made too many. I still made a bit too many execution errors because yeah. I mean, if you notice, I was actually trying to cast notes with Gwen so that I still at least try to get the benefit of the secondary abilities in. But then it's like every once in a while I keep forgetting to like do it.
Right.
Cool. Do you think it was a strategic benefit to listen to us and to watch our stream while you played, or is that insane? Are you insane?
Oh no, I don't actually listen. I just read the chat.
Okay. So same question.
Yeah, I actually wouldn't mind listening to the stream either, to be honest.
Oh, really?
Yeah, honestly, if I had the chance to have it on and have you talking in my ear all the time, this is the one time I wouldn't mind.
Jokes is all we
Right,
do is
because
say,
you
you can do it, Cool. We believe in you. You can do it, Cool.
Anyway, good game. Well, GG.
Good game.